I ain't gonna lie, y'all. When I was up that road, one thing about Kfrog is I love to get magazines in the mail, okay? For this video here, man, I'm gonna be telling y'all about a time that I had to rob someone for a magazine. Now, before you go to thinking all crazy, man, I want y'all to know ahead of time, the crazy thing about the whole situation of me robbing them for the magazine was, it was my magazine from the get-go.
Haha, I'm the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga. Yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitches with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step two comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrog TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, I'm going to be telling y'all a time that I had to rob somebody at knife point inside a prison, all over a magazine, okay? But before I get into it, I'm going to let y'all know how serious people take magazines, okay? Believe it or not, magazines are one thing that people do not play about. Okay, and the reason I say that is because a lot of people want things that they don't really have access to. They want to get their hands on certain things that just don't belong to them. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can see something you have and they want it. They might not even really care what it is. They don't really care that it's a magazine. They just don't like you, so they want to take it, okay? And a little background story as far as how it went with me when I was locked up. Man, I used to have them subscriptions on point. You know what I'm saying? I used to get the OK magazines, the US Weekly magazines, Game Informer magazines, even the rap magazines, hip-hop ones that once upon a time I was getting. And that's not even mentioning the ones that, you know, we were getting other ways, you know, that, you know, had like females on it. You know what I'm saying? And used to rent them things out to people and stuff like that. You feel me? But me, when it came to it, it was like, it's always a hustle, okay? So the way I looked at it is like, why not get a magazine, you know, and when you're done with it, you can literally sell that. You know, there's people in prison that don't have no money. There's people in there that don't have no source of income, no backbone, no support system whatsoever, that if you stumble across one little magazine, you know, you hold on to it, there might be somebody that wants to buy it. You know, and when you find yourself incarcerated in the box, when you're like off the compound, out of sight, out of mind, like locked in the dungeon, doing confinement time, man, you're gonna see and read every single small print on each page, bro. You're gonna lay down and read that magazine several times, okay? And when you go to confinement, depending on what institution you're at, you know what I'm saying? Depends on how they do with your mail once you go to the box. See, when you get a subscription of magazines, they usually come with mail call. You feel me? Some institutions will give it to you while you're in the box. Some won't. For this situation here, where I had to get myself involved in a robbery with an individual, had to do with the fact that I didn't get my magazine while I was in confinement. Okay, so at first I was thinking, you know, well, I know when I get out of the box, I'm going to have a stack of them, okay? That's what used to happen when I was at Calhoun CI. I'd get out of the box. When I go to property and they give me all my stuff that I wasn't allowed to have in confinement, I'd have a stack of magazines. Like every single week, they had to throw one in there, you know, inside my property. So by the time I get out from doing 60 days, you know what I'm saying? I have a stack of them in there. And then I, you know, even though they're a few weeks behind, I'm still, you know, up on date about them. You feel me? So I'm thinking, you know, what got me in this whole situation, I'm just thinking that maybe, you know, instead of me being in confinement and receiving one or them putting it in my property, I'm thinking that this individual that I ended up getting into it with ended up like getting it by accident, or one inmate, you know, got it from a guard he was cool with and it landed in his hand. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting released from the box, and while I'm in this dorm, you know, there's a couple people in this dorm I know. There isn't that many. You know, I got put in a new dorm. You don't always go to the same, you know, dorm when you get out of confinement. So I got put inside of this dorm. There was a couple people in there. Frog, what's up? You know, I'm walking around embracing a couple people I do know, you know, talking to them, chopping it up. But I'm more on like trying to catch up. You know, I've been in confinement for 60 days, right? So next thing you know, an inmate, you know, I see him sitting over there, you know, and he's reading a magazine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not really thinking nothing of it, you know, because in my mind when I seen it, you know, I'm thinking like, okay, well, shit. I probably got that one and 7 other ones in my property right now from them stacking up while I was in the box. And I did purposely see the stack when they were making me pack all my shit, like, from property to bring it with me across the pound to my new dorm. So I knew I had a stack of magazines, you know. Next thing I know, I go inside my room, you know, I'm eating goulash, you know, trying to catch up because I've been off the pound for a while. And I noticed that the cover of his magazine that he's reading, I don't have that in mine, even though I got the same exact, you know, subscription to magazines, you feel me? So next thing you know, I'm like, damn, I ain't got that one, you feel me? So, you know, just to try to kind of like start a conversation with bro, you know what I'm saying? I kind of walked near him and was like, I'm like, oh, bro, what? I'm like, which edition that is? You feel me? And right on the front of the magazines, normally on the bottom, it'll show like which month it is, you know, which week it's supposed to be, like boom, boom, you know what I'm saying? If you got US Weekly or if you got the OK magazines, which is once a month, you know, you'll see the dates of when it's supposed to be, you feel me? So I'm looking at the front of it, you see what I'm saying? Trying to see which date it is on the front. I realized that's my magazine. So I'm like, oh, bro, that's my magazine right there, you feel me? And I already had looked upstairs and realized I ain't have that cover on none of mine. You know, so I'm thinking like, damn, they just misplaced the shit and didn't give it to me while I was in confinement, like I said, you feel me? So he like, oh, bro, well, you know, at the end of the day, dog, I got it, you know what I'm saying? So it's my magazine now, you know, I just paid for this magazine. So I'm on some shit like, well, okay, I feel you feel me? And in my mind, I'm really not, you know, like, stressing the magazine. It was more on like, you know, I respect that, you feel me? But like his tone, his language made me feel like, well, this is what it is, bro. This my shit now, so what? That's how I took it. So now I like want to push the issue over the magazine, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, how you got that shit, you feel me? And he was like, oh, that don't really matter, you feel me? Just all I know is I got it now. So I'm like, shit, bitch, I said, I'm finna get that back, you feel me? Let me go ahead. And I went to reach towards it. And he snatched back and he was like, man, this shit mine now, you feel me? Unless you're looking for some type of problems or something, you know, then your ass better burn up. You know, he told me to burn up, which means like leave, clear it, you know, walk off. You feel me? So I'm like, you know, a part of me is like, man, you know, I balled my fist up and I wanted to like punch him dead in his chin, like right then and there, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, but I'm like, man, I just got out of the box. You know, I'm in this dorm. I don't really know people that much. I know a couple people, you feel me? But I was like, man, you know what? I got something for his ass, you feel me? Out of the few people that I didn't know in there, walked right up to one of them boys a few hours later and said, hey, bro, I'm trying to buy a knife, you know, man, where I could get a knife. And he's like, Frog, bitch, I got one. Oh, you need an extra one? I got you, bro. I got 2 of them things hidden right here. And I said, yeah. He's like, yeah. I said, all right, let me get that. You feel me? And when I got the knife from him, I remember when he, like, went to the hiding spot and he went to grab a knife, I'm thinking in my mind, like, damn, dog, you know, my blood pumping. You know what I'm saying? I'm nervous. You know what I'm saying? But it's at the same time, it's like, damn, dog, I can't get a break, bro. I'm fresh out the box. Now I'm on the pound. I feel like, bro, trying me. You feel me? And I'm like, man, he probably got people in this bitch. But one thing about it, I feel more comfortable against 10 of them with a knife than 10 of them by myself that they might have knives. So, bro, gives me the knife. You feel me? I remember putting it on my hand, looking at it and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, looking like, damn, dog, like, I ain't gonna try to really, you know, stab him or nothing, you feel me? I'm just gonna try to get my magazine back, you know? I'm gonna try to show him, like, I will, you know, stab if I have to, you feel me? But I ain't come here to harm you, bro. But I am about my business. I am about my issue, you know what I'm saying? And right now, that issue was that issue of a magazine, you feel me? So, next thing you know, I waited till chow. It was like after chow time, everybody went to chow, we ate, you know what I'm saying? Came back. And I decided, you know, I'm going to walk up on his ass as soon as we get back to chow, while there's a lot of movement, so the guards ain't really paying attention, you know, because there's people coming in and out of the dorm trying to go eat and shit like that. So they pop the doors, you know, we go in, boom, I go straight to my room. I didn't bring the banger with me to the chow hall because you never know, it's fishy. Sometimes they put the pole out there. The pole, it's like a metal pole that they carry. It's got like a box on the bottom of it. And they carry that bitch and stand it. Looks just like a stripper pole. And they put it there and it's a metal detector. They make you walk by it, you feel me? And the knife that my dog gave me was a metal knife, so I wasn't going like mob with it on me and risk going back to confinement, you know, because then he probably would have told people I pulled a check-in stunt or something, you feel me? That's how people make up shit. Oh yeah, I caught beef with him, and you know, I told him, boy, you better, you know, burn up or you finna get your problem right here, yada. And the next thing you know, he checks in on the way to chow. You feel me? That's why I was like, nah, I'm gonna play it smooth. I'm gonna keep this shit tucked off, and when I come back, I'm gonna pick it up and do what I gotta do. So I come back, go inside the dorm, go up there inside my cell, grab a banger. Bro wasn't even back yet. Next thing you know, he comes back. I didn't meet him at his room. I beat him to his room. That boy came back and went to walk in his cell. I was already in there. And he's like, damn, bro, what you got going on? I said, hey, bro, hey, you know, I came in here to talk about... And it dawned on me, dog. Like, I was standing in his cell, peeping from the doorway for the longest, bro. Like, trying to look to see him coming. So I was, like, near the edge of the room the whole time inside of his cell. But by the time he came... I was farther inside of his cell, like all the way up against the back wall. So when he came in, I tried to like talk to him real quick just to get close to him because he was at the door. He could have just took off, you know, up out there and shut the cell on me, start screaming at the guards. You know, I don't know what type of person he is, you feel me? So as I'm inside the cell and he comes in, I say, hey, bro, I came in here to talk to you, bro, about what you said about my magazine. And when I got near that boy, I grabbed that boy. I grabbed him and like did like a 360 shove and shoved that boy up against the back of his shit, and I pulled that boy out. And I said, where my magazine at? I pulled that banger out, boy. And he was like, oh, what you got? And he's like, oh, you finna find me? I said, bro, I'll stab the shit out of you right now, bro. I say, you better give me my magazine, bro. Right now, bro, I'm gonna cut the shit out of you, bro. I'm letting you know, bro, I don't play no games, bro. I ain't one of these other white boys, bro. Shit finna get down, bro. I'm down. What's up? You feel? And I kept flinching near him, like, bro, like I wanted him to give me a reason to stab him. You know what I'm saying? I wanted him to act like he wasn't gonna give me my magazine, or act the same you was talking out there at the table. You know what I'm saying? Like that same shit, burn up, talk like that now, because I don't want to stab you, but a part of me wants to stab you, if you understand. So as I got him hemmed up in the corner, he's scared to move. He's scared. He's seen it in my eyes. You feel me? He's seeing that I'm gonna cut if I gotta cut. And I'm, you know, and I got the knife out, and I'm like, bro, I'm like, what? Like a part of me wanted to do it just to do it. You feel me? But really, if I could get the magazine without having to harm someone, of course that's the route I'm gonna go with. That's kind of like you see in movies when people be robbing banks and stuff like that. We don't want to harm no one, just give us the money, right? That's what they say. We're not here to harm no one, just give us the money. As long as you don't try to buck the jack and you don't try to, you know, not give us the money, then your ass ain't gonna get harmed. That's what I was on. And he's like, bro, you really going? And I said, shut up, mother. It's already done. It's already. And I said, you keep talking, bro, I'm going to stab you, dog. You keep talking, I'm going to stab. So he shut up. He stopped talking. That boy went right down into his damn, like, in this cell, it was like, there was no, like, lockers, like, where he had the magazine. It was more like, they were like metal cubbies that were, like, welded to the bottom bunk. He went down there. He gave my man. He said, damn, bro. He go to talking proper now. Talking about, man, it isn't even that serious. It's not really worth it. You know, it's just a couple pieces of paper and this and that. And I said, man, shut up. I said, bro, I told you straight up, bro. That was my magazine, bro. You know, like I told him nicely. And it's like when you try to be nice, people try to be, you know, arrogant and try to be assholes and try to be disrespectful because they want to feel like they're the dominant one. When really, you got dominance in you yourself, but it's all on like you're not trying to start shit for no reason. It was like, bro, I just got out the box, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you know that's my magazine. You feel me? And it's one I ain't seen. You know, if he would have like answered me a different way to where it didn't feel like, you know, he was saying it with a tone or like a put down, I would have been like, fuck the magazine. I don't care. I got fucking 8 more up there to catch up on. But it was the simple fact of how he said it to me that made me want to push the issue about the magazine. You feel me? Then he done said shit where he said that, burn up, bro, or you finna have a problem. I'm like, damn, he felt comfortable in this dorm, bro. He know I'm new in this dorm and shit like that. He felt comfortable. He felt like he had more connections, more pool. You know, he done been more social with more people. You feel me? More, you know, like ways to get his hands on things than I did. And then that's why I had to do what I had to do. He gave me the magazine. And when he gave me the magazine, I seen it in his eyes. When we were doing the handoff, when I had that banger, I seen it in his eyes. Like, I didn't trust him to come near me. Bro, I just upped the knife on him, bro. There's no way I'm going to trust him to come near me. So when I had the knife in my hand and he went to hand me that magazine, when he went to stick it out, I like gritted my teeth and said, drop it on the bed. Like, you feel like, and he dropped it on the bed and he backed up against the wall. And I grabbed that motherfucker like that and I walked out. You feel me? Now, you're never supposed to up a knife on someone and not use it inside a prison because they can come back and get you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what can, you know, get you hurt physically inside a prison when you do stuff like this, you know? And I had my, you know, my eyes on this individual, bro, for the next like 3 days straight. And it came to the point to where every time he'd look over at me, I was looking at him. Like I was, you know, I thought he was gonna try to stab me, bro. And a part of me felt like I should have just stabbed him. I'm telling my bunkie I had a bunkie. He was a GD. He was from damn, where he was? I think he was from Gainesville or something. And we're talking and shit like that. And every time they'd lock us down for count, I'm in there talking to him about, you know, we're talking about it. And I kept saying I should have stabbed him, dog. I should have just stabbed him. I should have stabbed him. And he's like, bro, just chill. You good. Don't nobody really even fuck with bro like that, bro. I'm like, yeah, bro, but you know, you ain't never supposed to up on nobody and not use it. You feel me? And it wasn't like my intentions were not gonna use it if I had to. My intentions were, give it up. I don't want to use it, but I will use it. You feel me? And he didn't end up doing nothing. You feel me? And the reason because that is, I guess he went home soon or something. I don't know what his reason was. You feel me? But after like 3 days of me staring him down, like every time he glance over and I'm showing him like I'm gritting, like lets him know like, boy, I've been walking on eggshells and I know it, so I'm ready, you know? After about 3-4 days, he ended up getting moved out of our dorm, you know? And he actually got transferred like to a reception center. I don't know if it was due to like dental he was getting done or on his mouth or wherever, if he went home, if he was going to work release. I don't know what it was, but you know, a part of me felt like I had that vibe to where if I kept my eyes off him for too long, he might try to get me. Because if it was the other way around, I would have got his ass. You up a knife on me, bro, and rob me at knife point, bro, and you leave my room and you give me days to fucking orchestrate things, man, I'm gonna come back with so many bangers on your stupid ass. And when you try to run off, you know, and even if you try to fight me or whatever it is in a couple days, man, I'm gonna have backup, bro. I'm gonna have homeboys with ammunition on deck, bro, and they gonna stab the shit out you. So, like, I might pull it out on you and try to stab you now for robbing me. And then when your ass go to leaving the dorm trying to get missing because you're already bleeding from the few times I stabbed you, there gonna be people walking down the walk just hitting you every time you run by. Hank, you gonna get stabbed all the way to medical, bro. Like, you give me a couple days to orchestrate some shit and I'm gonna do it because I be going for kill shot. You know, that's what I do. I go to where your ass remember Frog. You gonna look in that mirror and be like, man, a white boy named Frog gave me this motherfucking scar. A white boy named Frog left these holes right here. My hair don't even grow back right here, because this white boy Frog patched me up. You know, like, you gonna remember these type of things, you feel me? And it just sucks because I had to do this over a magazine that was mine. Like, that's what the whole fucking crazy thing is it was my magazine, okay? And once I got the magazine, and, you know, I was in my room and shit like that, man, I felt good as hell, y'all. I was laying down on my bunk reading that motherfucker. It ended up being like one of my favorite editions because, you know, there was sweat behind that. You feel me? There was sweat behind that edition. So, like, I just love that magazine. You feel me? Nobody could borrow it. Nobody could have it. That was one that I, like, would keep inside my mail. You feel me? All the other ones I'd eventually get rid of, sell, lend out. Not that one. Because I know how far I risked my freedom, my life, you know, like the time out of the bar. I risked it all just for this magazine, okay? And the crazy thing of it all is, after the dude ended up, like, you know, like getting transferred and shit like that, you know, I was able to, like, at ease, you know, I ain't have to be walking around gritting, you know, like ready to fucking just stab something. You know, I was able to just chill and, you know, and then you know, it played back in my mind a couple times and I kind of felt bad for it because, you know, it's like I seen the bitch in him because he was down bad. I caught his ass and he was on the other side of the knife. So I seen it, like, that it was like a little boy looking in my eyes, though. I seen all that gorilla shit went right out the window. You know what I'm saying? And I felt bad throughout, you know, the next couple days that went by. It would replay in my head and shit like that. Till one day I'm laying down and I'm going through the magazine, right? And I happen to scroll back at the front page. I want to read all the little small print. And then when I get to the front page, I look down there on the bottom and I noticed the dates. The dates went back to before I went to confinement. So I'm like, man, what? So it really dawned upon me how he got that magazine. So the way he got that magazine was, it wasn't a new magazine that came while I was in confinement and they just didn't place it in my property. When I went to confinement, the dorm that I was in at the time that I went to the box, the guards usually go back and go in your locker and pack all your shit and bring you what you're allowed to have and put the rest of the shit you're not allowed to have inside of your property. You feel me? So this was a magazine that I already had inside of my locker that I got, or he must have somehow, it was a magazine that came out and I didn't get when it hit the pound, because the date on the magazine was before I even went to the box. So then it started playing in my head to where I don't feel bad for that motherfucker, because that means that when I went to confinement and the guards went to come get my property, somebody already ransacked my shit. You feel me? Which is a big thing you got to worry about when you're inside a prison. Anytime you get locked up and you go to the box, anything you have in your locker, when your ass is in that box waiting for them to finally bring it to you hours later, when they bring you your linen, which is your, you know, your sheets, your pillowcases, your blanket, when they bring all that shit and your mat and all that, you got to hope that all your shit you had in your locker's in there. You're going to be thinking 101 things in your mind, knowing, oh, that ain't going to be in there. That ain't going to be in there. I know somebody got me for that. And it takes people that fought with you inside the dorm, or, you know, people that respect you, to be like, oh, it ain't nothing. It's got to be someone you're cool with that packs your stuff. If not, people will ransack it like a bunch of vultures, bro. There ain't nothing you can do about it. People feel like you're not coming back to the pound. You're gone, out of sight, out of mind. Even homeboys, they'll feel like, oh, bro, I've been wanting his MP. Boom, they'll take your MP player, your MP4. You know, I've been wanting his MP. Oh, he ain't coming back to the pound. Got him. And then when people are like, bro, what you mean, bro? And then since he's your home, people, he'll be like, oh, no, I'll just send it to him in a couple days. He ain't allowed to have it back there. You feel me? And then next thing you know, he's sending word, oh yeah, I got the MP, I'm hold, because back there they just gonna confiscate it, you know how it is, and you're like, all right, hold that bitch down when I hit the pound. You don't even know if you're hitting the pound, bro. Really, they're just trying to keep your shit. See, that's why you gotta be very careful on who you trust. A lot of people put locks on their locker, and then you gotta give the code to the guards. The guards will come down there and be like, what's your lock code? When they try to go take your property and realize they can't get in it. But people be breaking in them locks and, you know, like lock picking them. All you need is a piece of a Coke can. You know, you just cut a thin stripe of a piece of the Coke can, wedge it down in there and turn it, and then you push down on it while you wiggle, and that thing goes right in there. Clink. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's easy ways to break in the shit. I've seen it multiple times. People will take a abandoned foot locker or a loose foot locker. Like, you might have your own stuff in there, but that's the only foot locker that's like not bolted down. People will take that bitch and fold it upside down and put it right on your master lock and jump on it. They'll straight jump on it, bow, and try to break your lock off just to steal your shit. Hand out your photo album, hand out your canteen, your extra little toothbrushes, all your new stuff that never been used, and take your shit. So then I started feeling like I don't feel bad for that motherfucker, because he got my issue because they either didn't give it to me while I was already on the pound. That means one of the guards probably got me and handed it to a friend of theirs or something. Or two, they went through my shit before I got out of, you know, before I was able to get into confinement with my property. They went through my shit, you feel me? And that just shows that it's like, if I do something and I feel like it's wrong, I'll feel like I'm right. That's how everybody is. So I felt like I was right to do it because it was my magazine. He came at me wrong. You feel me? And then when I did it, I felt a little bad. Started thinking about how spooked he looked when I had his ass hand up against that wall. You feel me? And then I realized the addition and was like, oh, hell nah. So I'm glad I did that shit. And then guess what I started thinking? I should have stabbed him, dog. That's the way it was. And I told my bunkie, see, dog, I knew I should have stabbed. And I jumped off the bunk. Bunkie. Like, you know, waking him up and like, well, bro, I told you, bro, I should have hit that boy, bro. Look right here. Look what it says on the thing. And I'm trying to explain to him, like, that magazine, bro, it got intercepted somehow, bro. And he had it. You feel me? And I wasn't wrong, dog. You know, that's how I feel about the situation. If y'all been anything like this, drop it in the comment section. Do y'all think I was wrong? If so, put it in the comment section. I want to know your opinion. Now, it isn't like, okay, someone else intercepted it and then sold it to him, and then he sold it, and then they sold it, and then he sold it, and then it landed right there. Now I'm here. He could have been like, oh, bro, I didn't know, bro. Or, yeah, I just paid for it. And then if it was like, oh, yeah, I just paid $8, you know, and I would have been like, oh, shit, well, shit. We'll go, hey, bro, keep that bitch. Just let me hold it when you're done. It wouldn't have been no big deal. But it literally had my name on there with the prison's number and everything, my DC number and all, which a lot of people rip that off normally. But the guards can take that shit, you know, during shakedown if it's in your locker and there's no name or anything on there. So some people will take tape. You know, you can steal out of the school building or when they give you mail open, sometimes they put a little piece of tape just to, you know, so your letter don't fall out. They put a piece of tape to seal the opening of the envelope. You could take tape and you tape it down. You tape it on there so that way it'll never come off unless someone like really tried to physically get it off. Now, if someone really physically tried to get it off and you catch them with a magazine, you catch someone with a magazine of yours and that shit had it taped on there and then now it ain't on there, they purposely were trying to hide it. They knew that wasn't their magazine. You get what I'm saying? It's different than someone having a magazine with your name and DC number on that motherfucker. You feel me? They don't know who you are. You know, you never talked to them before. It's a totally different ball game. You get what I'm saying? Now, like I said, if he would have been like, oh, I paid $8 for it, I would have been like, man, let me just hold it after you. It ain't none. Here, just let me rip my name off this motherfucker. You know, or something like that. I would have just did something like that. Or, you know, if it was like, oh, $1, bro, well, bitch, look, I give you your $1 back. You feel me? I want my magazine back. You know, so that way you ain't lose no bread. But he was on some shit like, it don't matter how I got it. I got it now. That right there is disrespectful right there, bro. That right there was the first light bulb. Bing. And then when he said, oh, you better burn up, bro. We finna have a problem. What? Bing, bing, bing. All these different bulbs going off my head. And I'm kind of bugged out when I'm locked up. I be on go. You know, like because I feel like something's going to happen to me the moment that I'm not expecting it. So I try to expect it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I don't feel like I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I did what I needed to do. And then I felt bad, and then I didn't feel bad, and then I'm like, damn, I should have stabbed, and you know what I'm saying? That's why I want to share this prison story with y'all, man, to let y'all know. These are the type of things that go on every single day in prison. And I got so many stories of things that I was involved in inside of prison that get down to the nitty-gritty, like some real deal savage-ass stuff, but I be trying to put other, you know, beneficial things, like for people to learn from than just these stories, because then people think I'm idolizing prison, and really I'm just sharing my experience because I want people to know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do these type of videos. So I try to space out shit like that, but I had to share this one with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I did what I needed to do. I kind of spared him, then wish I didn't spare him, and then wish I would have stabbed. You know, I kind of like had, you know, good thing he got transferred, because if he didn't get transferred and then I seen the date, he would have got stabbed. I would have doubled back and stabbed him. You know, and then he probably would have thought that he got stabbed that time because he didn't stab me first after I robbed him. But in all reality, no, he got stabbed because I just realized the date on the bottom of the magazine shows that someone took this shit while I was already on the pound. You see, that's the crazy thing of it all. So that's why I want to share that with y'all. If y'all seen somebody get robbed at knife point, or if you've ever been involved in it inside a prison, I'm not talking about nothing on the streets, of course, you know, because you catch charges and time like that. I'm talking about in prison. If you ever been a part of something like that, if you ever had to stick up for yourself, if you ever been robbed at knife point, drop it in the comment section, man. Let people know what prison's really like, okay? This channel right here spreads the word of what to expect truthfully inside of prison. And I'm going to keep on dropping it. I'm going to keep on doing it, letting y'all know this is what it is. Nothing but that real spill, all right? And it sucks that, you know, I had to do this to get my own magazine back. But like I said, in prison, people feel like they're entitled to things. You know, and everybody want to feel like the alpha, so when you try to talk with some respect, they want to respond with disrespect. And it's always respect until there's disrespect. But then when there's disrespect, disrespect's what it is from here on out. That's how it goes. And I felt disrespected by the way that he was responding when I respectfully spoke to him about it being my magazine. But then, of course, he disrespected me, so then I had to handle up and do what I needed to do. Even my dog I got the knife from, he told me, oh, you crazy as hell, Frog. I said, what you mean? I said, I should have stabbed him. And he's like, hell no. He's like, bro, I got the knife, bro, for my protection, bro. He's like, bro, I didn't think you know, I thought you needed one for protection, bro. You straight got the knife for me, bro. Went over here and robbed this motherfucker for some magazine. And I said, bro, it was my magazine, bro. Like, at the end of the day, I ain't wrong, bro. I ain't wrong. I don't give a damn who calls it. You feel me? Him disrespecting me to my face about a magazine that me, my family, purchased on the streets, paid for the subscriptions for. You know what I'm saying? For him to even come at me sideways shows he thought shit was sweet with me. He thought I wasn't finna back up what I'm saying. You feel me? He thought that I was just all talk, or he thought that he could make me bow down because I was new in the dorm. And people get away with that a lot inside of prison. You gotta pay attention, because off rip, people are gonna try to disrespect you before they respect you. Like I said, you gotta earn your respect. And for this one here, whether he respected me or didn't like me, or when he got transferred, whatever story he told his kids or his friends or his homeboys or his gang brothers when he got out, or whatever it was, his family members, whatever he told them, at the end of the day, he knows in his mind that White Boy Frog from YouTube is the one that ran in there and got his magazine back up off him and had his scary ass looking like a little boy looking me in my eyes. You feel me? That's why I wanted to share this story with y'all, let y'all know the type of things that go down. Like I said, drop it in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all already know, man. Stay tuned for the next video. And like I say before I always go, make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, and clout chasers out your circle. Can't forget the people that be stealing people's content on YouTube. Just post shit for views and shit like that. It all gonna catch up with them one day. You know, that's what people do, you feel me, these days. We're in 2023, man. You know what I'm saying? People gotta, like, change it up. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, I appreciate y'all watching. Till next time, you already know this the one and only. I am my team, Frog.
I'm a criminal, I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though.
I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though, cause I'm a criminal, yeah, I'm a criminal.